Yeah, I think they redid this courthouse a couple years ago.
We had courtrooms of this size,
Yeah.
right? And I expect them to replace, they're not going to give us any larger courtrooms, like for multiple defendant cases, because we don't have those at all.
No,
Right?
from everything I've heard about it, it's going to be disappointing.
Because I remember once suing the 4 defendant for a trial. And now, actually, I had 2 juries, and I waived the jury to the bench trial in the case. You know, and so I just remember what that was like, chuckle anyhow.
Yeah. I just had it.
Sitting, finding places to sit.
Yeah, I just had one last month. Oh, yeah.
All right. Court's now in session now. We'll be tomorrow.
You may be seated.
Just in order. Yeah.
This is 230597FY, State of Michigan versus Matthew Tiggs. May I have your appearances, please?
Dominic DeGrazia, P 69815 on behalf of the people.
And Henry L. Greenwood, P 143493 on behalf of defendant, Mr. Tiggs, who's sitting to my right.
Mr. Tiggs, state your name for me, please, sir. Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the preliminary examination in this matter. There is count 1, homicide, murder, second degree. Count 2, assault with intent to murder. Count 3, weapons, firearms, possession by felon. Count 4, weapons, firearms, possession by felon. Count 5, weapons, firearms, possession by felon. Count 6, assault with dangerous weapon. Count 7, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 8, weapons, felony, firearm. And count 9, weapons, felony, firearm. Is the prosecution ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
Defense ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any preliminary matters on behalf of the people?
Just a couple, Judge. First, I would ask for an order of mutual sequestration with an exception for the officer in charge.
Any objection, Mr. Greenwood?
No problem with that. This is the officer in charge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The court will grant the prosecution's request. If there is anyone in the courtroom who will be giving testimony this morning or possibly any time in the future, this is a good time for you to leave the courtroom. Additionally, this courtroom streams its proceedings. If there is anyone viewing or listening to these proceedings right now who could be a witness either today or at some point in the future, this is a good time to stop watching the proceedings. Any other preliminary matters, sir?
Yes, Judge. There's a stipulation for purposes of preliminary exam only for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 1, which is a postmortem report authored by Dr. Lockman Sung of the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office.
And I stipulate to that information for the purpose of preliminary examination only.
Thank you, sir. Any other preliminary matters?
Just that that report indicates that Dr. Sung performed a postmortem examination on the body of Jean Thomas Bouchard, also known as Catherine Therese Bouchard, and that it was his opinion that his death was caused by a gunshot wound to the head, that the manner of his death was homicide. And aside from that, Your Honor, I believe there is a stipulation for the purposes of preliminary exam only that at the time of these alleged offenses, the defendant had previously been convicted of a felony and was ineligible to possess a firearm at the time of these alleged offenses.
Any further preliminary matters for the people?
No, Judge.
Any preliminary matters for the defense?
Yes, Your Honor. When I was reading the discovery when I first got it, I felt confused because it seemed to jump around, and now I discovered that we're talking about 3 separate incidents on 3 separate days. If you'll note that they are not all, there are 3 individual complainants on 3 different days and at 3 different addresses. Now, Your Honor, I'm going to be filing, when we get to circuit court, assuming we get to circuit court, then I will be filing a motion for severance because I believe that each one of these matters should be separate, not only charges, but separate complaints. Especially because, like I said, they're on different days, there are different sets of facts, there are different complainants, and it's a different location. So I just indicated that, and I would appreciate, Your Honor, that if the prosecution could, let's say, treat them separately as presentation today rather than jumbling them up, because it's, you know, it can be, it'll make a difficult transcript to try to, a circuit court judge to read under those circumstances. So that's one of the things I would at least point out to the court, because that's what's going to be happening.
Is that a conversation you've had with the prosecutor? Is that a conversation that you've had with the prosecutor?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Yes, but I had a conversation in terms of the fact that I think that they should be 3 separate complaints, but as the court rule says, it says the trial court. I can ask the trial court to separate them, but this is not the trial court, so consequently, I'm just giving a heads up in terms of the way the evidence will be presented. You know, Mr. Browser and I are familiar with each other because of a prior murder case, you know, and, you know, I expect that, you know, he's going to do his best on this, but, you know, that's at least something I want to give the court a heads up on for future purposes.
thank you, sir. Anything else?
Not from the people, Judge.
Thank you.
People called David Robbins.
Would you step to your right for me, sir, please? You, yes,
Oh, me?
thank you.
You want me to stand here or not?
You can stand in the center once we start, but when the witnesses come in, I have them give their name and swear here so that they can see and hear Mary Ann. You don't have to move, but just make sure that Mr. Robbins is able to approach the podium, please.
Your Honor, I would indicate something else for the court. That is, I'm having some problems with hearing because of wax in my ear. I've got to be seeing my doctor about that. And with the acoustics in here, also, I may have to say that so someone to repeat something.
There is a listening enhancement device by my officer. If that's something that we want to take a moment for you to put on, it goes over the ear.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay.
Because what I do with most of my phone calls now is I use earbuds. Yeah, and or when I watch television, so I can hear everything clearly. So that would be a great assistance, Your Honor. 36th District courtrooms, Your Honor, as you know, are much smaller.
I know. And Mr. Greenwood, if you need to remind us to keep our voices up, that's fine. Remind us to keep our voices up.
Yes. Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning. State your first and last name and then spell them both for me, please.
David Robbins, D-A-V-I-D, Robbins, R-O-B-B-I-N-S.
Mr. Robbins, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Come have a seat in this black chair that's closest to me. My secretary, who's sitting on the other side of me, is taking down your testimony. If she can't hear you, I'll ask you to either raise your voice, scoot yourself closer to the microphone, okay? When you respond to the questions from both the prosecutor and the defense attorney, you have to say yes, no.
Yes.
She's unable to record, head shakes, okay?
Okay.
You're a witness, sir. Ken, would you give him a hand, please? I think it just goes over the ear.
Right.
Okay. Mr. Greenwood? Are you able to
I
hear?
seem to be getting noise.
You're not getting anything?
The static.
Are you able to hear now? Is that
I'm
better?
still getting a high level of noise.
Is this any better for you? They're calling IT up here.
I hate to think that the transcript is this proceeding is going to have a lot of this stuff in it.
Thank you.
Personally, I love technology, Your Honor, but sometimes it goes astray.
It's been a while since we've needed it, and I can't remember exactly how to get it on the best signal. Defense counsel table, the adaptive hearing device. The attorney needs it, please. Thank you, Fred.
Maybe it's, I know the batteries aren't dead, Your Honor, because it's making noise I can hear, so something else is just. And maybe I just have to do it the old fashioned way, and we have to really speak loud. I apologize to the court.
No worries, sir.
It's, at least it's not, I'm not losing my hearing. It's just that I have a problem with blockage. I think they're having some problems. I think we can continue just without that situation, just everybody has to understand that's a difficulty. Fortunately, this ear is better, so at least everybody is over this side.
Mr. Greenwood, my concern is that if you can't hear Mr. Robbins or Mr. DeGrazia with his back to you.
I would have, you know, I'm not sure how that's going to work, Your Honor. It's just we're not used to we as attorneys are not used to having to speak at high volumes because everything's mic'd. It seems like the old courthouses never had acoustical problems. The first courthouse I was in was 1970 in Saginaw, which was one that was built in the late 1800s. Well, at least we have discovered for future purposes that doesn't work.
Well, there are 4 of them over there, so. What did he say?
No one, man.
Was he going in search of something else, did he say?
No, he says he can't take anything of this right now.
Mr. Greenwood, are you able to understand me at this volume?
Yes.
Okay. We'll start. And if it doesn't work with all of us keeping our voices up, please say something and we'll stop and we'll have to figure out a plan B.
I will, Your Honor.
Thank you.
It may just involve, let's say some person drops off their voice and I can't hear that, I will say, repeat that.
Mr. DeGrazia, let's give it a try.
All right. Sir, could you please state your name?
David Robbins.
All right, and speak up really loudly, all right?
Got you.
All right. Now, back on July 28th of 2023, did you happen to go to the area of 35 Birch Drive in Van Buren Township, Michigan?
Yes, my mother lives at 36 Birch Drive. She is about 80 years old and I go there every day to check on her.
All right, so can you just describe, what is the area around Birch Drive, that address? Can you just describe what that area is like?
It's a trailer park with a relatively small street. The houses on both sides. It's a little community.
All right. And when you went there, did you go there in a car?
We went there in a van.
Was somebody else there with you in
Yes.
your car?
I had my pregnant girlfriend with me and we were there to see my mother. We weren't doing anything wrong. We weren't even looking across the street.
All right, so we're gonna go slowly through this now. So did you park your car in the area around 35 Birch Drive?
No, it was parked at 36 Birch.
36 Birch, all right. And did you get out of your car?
No, at first he was walking around the van and staring at us, giving us the look like he wanted to kill us.
All right, now you've referred to it like a he. Do you see that person in court today?
Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. Before you answer that question, Mr. Greenwood, I don't have a note in the file that we had a discussion before that I'm married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. I make that disclosure as Van Buren Township is the issuing agency. They're the investigating agency in this matter. My husband is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the Public Safety Department. He doesn't know anything about this case and doesn't know that it is scheduled. Do you need to talk to Mr. Tiggs before we proceed, or are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I respect the court and I can go to proceed.
Thank you. I typically make the disclosure when we schedule, but I don't see a note that I did. My apologies. Your question to Mr. Robbins was, do you see that person?
Yes.
Can you just point to that person, describe what the person's wearing?
He's in the jail uniform over there staring at me.
All right, for the record, the witnesses identified the defendant, Matthew Tiggs.
Yes, sir.
Now, you said that he was standing around your van?
They were standing across the street at what appears to be what we all know as his grandmother's address.
All right,
Excuse me, that's known as what?
His grandmother's address, that's what we knew him as.
Oh,
It's his grandmother's house. Her name is Lulu, street name, that's all we got.
okay.
Okay.
Now, before that day, had you ever met the person that you've identified here in court today?
We saw him there for about 2 or 3 weeks prior to this
Objection,
incident.
Your Honor, to the statement. We saw him.
I can call him other witness. He's right outside in the
Hold
chair.
hold on.
Obviously, Your Honor, we involves somebody else. We should just have the testimony narrow to what he observed at any particular time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'll make it aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what you personally saw, you said that you saw this person about
Yes.
2 weeks beforehand?
About between 2 and 3 weeks, the range, he had been there. I had seen him when I was pulling up in my mother's house. He'd been coming to the edge of the sidewalk of his property and giving us the killer look, and we're facing each other, me and my girlfriend, in the van on the phone talking about work.
Now, let's just clarify this. When you're talking about you and your girlfriend in the van, are we talking about on July 28th or is
No,
this
this
2 weeks
This
prior?
is in that 2 or 3 week span leading up to this incident.
Okay.
He kept walking up to the edge of the sidewalk and trying to provoke us into an argument. He
Now-
would say shit or stuff. He would look at us evil. He was really trying to get us to jump to a tune of altercation with him.
All right.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to that he was trying to do something, because that requires an individual knowing what's in another person's mind, and I don't think that we had that established at this particular point.
We shot 3 people.
Hold on, Mr. Robbins.
Judge, I'm going to try and clarify some of these things. If the court will just give me a little bit of leeway, I'll try and get you specifics here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Greenwood.
All right. Now, before the 28th, you said that you saw the defendant stare at you.
Yes.
All right, and pay attention to my questions and only answer the questions I'm asking.
Okay. Okay.
Now, before July 28th, had you ever gotten into any sort of conversation or argument with the defendant before?
Nothing but looks at each other.
So just looks.
That's it.
All right, so you don't have any device that allows you to read what is going on in somebody's mind, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so when you say that he was trying to start a confrontation, that's just based on your opinion of what you experienced, correct?
Yes. Can I say something?
No, hold on. We'll get to everything. Just
Okay.
let me lead the way, all
All
right?
right.
Now, on the 28th, you said that you saw the defendant standing and staring at you again.
Yes.
Okay, and where was he standing?
He was coming out of his house, out of the side. He was about 5 feet from the van. The street, it's a decent little street. There's enough room to where you didn't have to be right on top of us.
Okay. So from where you're parked, is there the width of a street between you and where he was standing?
Yes.
And did you first notice him when you were inside your car, or did you get out of your car before you noticed him?
Here's the thing. I was facing my girlfriend like this. She was facing me. We were talking about work. We weren't paying attention to what he was doing over there. He walked up on the side of the van. She said, "Baby, look up. Look, he's standing right there at the van. I don't know what's going on."
Okay, so both of you are still inside your van.
Yes.
And then you said that the defendant came and walked up next to your van.
Yes.
On what side of the car did he
The
approach?
driver's side.
Another thing I'm going to ask you is, because there's somebody writing down what we're saying, that person can't take down when 2 people are talking at once, so just wait until I'm done with the question, okay?
Yes.
All right, so what side of the car did he approach?
The driver's side.
And are you in the driver's seat or the passenger seat?
I'm in the driver's side.
And when he approaches the driver's side, does he come to the front or the rear of the vehicle?
Right up to the side of my window.
Okay, and so the front driver window?
Yes.
And what happens when he approaches that area?
He stares at me for a few. He gave me a look of an unavoidable confrontation. I said nothing. I didn't want no confrontation. I'm there to visit my mother. He walked past my van, he walked out to the middle of the street. He started putting his hand on his firearm and
All right, so let me stop you here for a second. Now, you said he had a look like he wanted a confrontation.
an unavoidable confrontation.
What about the way he was looking made you think that?
It looked like he wanted to kill us. That's the look he was giving us.
I'm checking. I didn't hear, he wanted to what us?
Kill us.
Kill us?
Yes, sir.
He had his, he had his hand on his
Mr.
firearm
Robbins?
on his side the whole time.
Just hold on. We're gonna tell this, okay? So how did you feel the way he was looking at you?
I felt like if I didn't try to interact in this situation, that he was going to pull a gun and shoot me. He had his hand on it.
All right, so when he's up next to your car window and he's giving you these looks,
Yes.
where did you see his hands?
His hand was on his right. His gun was in his waistband and he was holding it and he was looking at me and he was muttering stuff to himself.
Now, do you remember, was he using his left arm or his right
He's
arm?
using his right. And he had extended clip sticking out.
All right, so that's what I want to ask you about. It was this object that you thought was a gun, was that on his waistband?
Yes, it was a gun. I could see the clip with the air holes in the clip, the vent ports for the
Okay.
extended clip. You can see that sticking out.
All right, and that was sticking outside his clothing?
Yes.
Now, the rest of the gun, like the barrel or the trigger, could you see that part of it?
Couldn't see that part until we had the altercation about 5 minutes later.
All right, but you know that the part that you could see, it looked like an extended.
An
magazine?
extended clip
Okay.
sticking out of the waistband.
All right, so you said he was talking to himself at that point?
At this point, he was standing in the van between my house and the guy that he shot with the dog.
Okay. But is he talking to you at all? That's my
Yes,
question.
he's saying something outside of my van about from here to where those people are sitting. You can barely hear him. The guy with the dog had barked and it drew his attention away from us. He turned around, he looked at us, at this point, he said some kind of words, he pulled out a gun, he pointed it at us, the dog barked.
Okay, let's slow down for a second, okay, because there's a lot of information here. When he's just standing next to your car and he's got his gun near his waistband, that happened, right?
Yes,
He's at your car.
yes.
Did you hear him say anything?
He said nothing, he just stared at me.
All right. Now, you said that you heard a dog barking at some point?
Yes, when he moved a few feet down in front of the van, pulled out the gun, he pointed at us, he had it in his hand. The guy with the dog had barked or something was said. There was something that caught his attention where he turned to them.
Okay. When you first see the defendant walk away from your car, are you still inside your car?
Still in my car.
Okay. Had you said anything to him by the
No.
time by the time he starts walking away from your car?
No, I said nothing to him. I asked my girlfriend inside of the van in a lower voice, I wonder what's going on. Why is he acting like this?
Okay. So as he starts moving away from your car, what do?
I sit there, I'm nervous.
Okay. And you said that at some point he pulled his gun out?
Yes, when he got down by the guy's house with the dog, he had pulled out a gun and pointed it at us.
All right. So can you just describe where you were parked in your car? How far away do you think he went in terms of like lots or trailers, or describe how far away?
Down. 2 lots down. He was between the guy that got shot and my mom's next door neighbor's house. He was in front of them in the street.
So you think he was about 2 lots away from you,
Yes,
and you said he pulled out something?
yes, he pulled out a gun.
He pulled out a gun.
Yes,
And what did you see him do with the gun once he pulled it out from underneath his clothing?
yeah, pointed it at us. And then the dog and the guy had said something. I think it was a dog barking. And he turned and his attention was off of us. And that's when he said, I will shoot all you motherfuckers. I don't care.
All right. So you said he's pointing the gun at us. Are you talking about you
Me and my girlfriend.
and your girlfriend?
Yes.
Are you still in your van at the time, or are you
Still
out
in
of
the
the van?
van.
Gotta wait until I'm done asking the question, okay? Were you out of your van?
No, I'm still in my van.
All right. And Before he pulls the gun out, did you hear him say anything?
No, he's just looking at me all crazy, like he wanted to shoot me. He was doing nothing wrong.
Objection. I think he said that he was looking at me like he wanted to shoot me. I think that's an assumption they can't make.
I mean, you can testify about his personal experiences about how he felt.
Well, that's observational. He didn't say how he felt. He was describing an individual, and that included his description of what he thinks the person was thinking.
It's
It
fine.
looked like he wanted to shoot.
Judge, it's fine, I can move on.
Thank you.
Now, when he points the gun at you, how did you feel?
I felt threatened. I felt scared. I felt like he was going to shoot me and my pregnant girlfriend.
Okay. And did you do anything when he pointed the gun at you?
No, I looked at my girlfriend and I said, babe, I said, he's out of control. I said, watch, he's going to end up shooting the maintenance man because he rode past and he looked at him in a manner like he was looking at us.
All right.
I said,
Hold on one second. Now, the gun that he was pointing at you, what did you observe about the gun itself?
the gun looked like a 9mm black extended clip, 30 round. About
Aside from the extended magazine, did you notice anything unique about the gun besides that part of it?
no,
Could you tell whether there was anything attached to the gun?
I couldn't tell.
All right.
All I saw was the black firearm, and then I start moving. It's going into life-saving mode. I'm not really thinking about a red beam on it, a scope, or any of that. I'm just looking to try to save myself.
Fair enough. Now, you said that you heard him say, "I'll shoot all you motherfuckers."
Yes,
Are you still in your van when you hear him say that?
still in my van.
How long do you think that he had the gun pointed at you before he said those words?
Probably under 3 to 4 seconds, because whatever drew his attention between the guy and the dog that he had shot had drew him away from us.
So after he said those words to you, describe what happened next.
After he said, "I'll shoot all you motherfuckers," started retaining it in his side, he walked down a few more feet, and that's when he caught the attention of the dog or the guy that was there that he had shot. So he spun around and started walking around the corner and left us alone.
Now, when he starts walking away from you, did you have any more interaction with him?
Yes,
Okay, so describe what happened next.
I was scared for my life, and I wanted to confront the person who was just being like that with me around the corner. I didn't confront him in a bad way. I pulled up on him as he was walking around the corner to Oak. I said, "Hey, how's it going? Are you one of the neighbor's kids? Do I know you? I know all the kids that come in and out of the house." Before I could say, "Hey, is anybody bothering you, or what's going on?" He said, "Well, you want to have a problem?" I said, "No, I don't want to have a problem. I was just seeing how you doing, what's going on."
All right, so let me stop you here for a second. Now, after he walks away, and before you go and try and talk to him, did you call the police?
No,
Why didn't you call the police?
I didn't call the police. Police usually don't help me when I call them.
All right. So the guy pointed a gun at you, right?
Yes,
And you weren't angry at him for pointing the gun at you?
yes, I was angry at him. That's why I followed him around the corner and went to ask him in an adult manner what is going on. I thought he was being bullied by somebody in the neighborhood.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know everybody in that park. I just stopped there to see my mother.
All right. So how much time passed, do you think, from when he started walking away from you to when you actually saw him again and you started talking to him?
About 4 or 5 minutes. I told my girlfriend that I couldn't let this just settle. It's an unavoidable confrontation. As soon as he comes back around the corner, he's going to try to shoot us. That's the way he was acting.
So you go back and see him again. You guys exchange words, right?
Well, only once. I went around the corner and saw him. We exchanged words. It was kind of, "Hey, how's it going? Are you all right?" I spun the van around after he said, "Do you have a problem? You want to have a problem?" Because he put his hand on his firearm. Once he said, "Do you want to have a problem?" I said, "No." I turned the van around. I went back to his grandmother's house. I asked the grandmother, "Why are you
Hold
turning
on.
the kids loose with a gun?"
Hold on. So when you went to go find where he is and talk to him, and when I say he, I'm talking about the defendant, right?
Yes.
You were in your car.
Yes,
All right. So you said that you saw him put his hand by his waistband again,
yes,
and that's when you drove away from him.
yep.
Now, you can't tell me what you talked about with his grandmother or what his grandmother said,
I know.
but did you ever see the defendant come back to that area?
Yes, right after the altercation around, oh, I pulled back up to his grandmother's house. I'm leaving her out of it. He comes walking up as me and her is talking about why he has a gun. He's trying to pull the gun out and point it at me and Sharon in the van. The grandmother wrestled with him with the gun all the way around the side of the van. They get to the sidewalk going up front. She puts the gun back in his hands and whisks him up in the house.
Okay. So when you said that he was trying to pull the gun out, describe what you saw him do.
He's standing up like this. He's standing behind my van. He's trying to get it out of his pants line. The grandmother comes up. She grabs the gun as he's pulling it out and putting it to the back of my window. They're wrestling for the gun all the way around the side of my van.
Now, I'm just describing what you just did. You were had your right hand by your waistband and you were making like a reaching motion.
Yes,
Now, you mentioned that before that there was an extended magazine that was sticking out of his clothes.
yes.
Was that still sticking out the second time when you were in front of his
He
grandmother's?
was struggling to get it out of his pants because of the clip, and I believe that's what saved me and my girlfriend.
Okay. And now, when he has this interaction with his grandmother, did you ever see the gun come fully out of his
The
clothing?
gun was fully out by the back window. He was trying to rack it and point it at the windows at us, and she grabbed hold of it and tucked it inwards, and then wrestled with the gun all the way around the side of the van to the front steps of their house. She gave him back the gun and pushed him in the house.
All right.
Those two people wouldn't have been dead if she wouldn't have given him back the gun.
Okay. Okay. Now, after this interaction in front of the grandmother's house, did you call the police or did somebody call the police after
The
that?
neighbors called the police. When he was out there pulling a gun on us, there was little 3- and 4-year-olds standing around the van too.
And so, did you stick around that area that day until the police got there?
No, I left.
All right.
My sister said the police are probably on the way because they think that the neighbors had called.
Objection.
I left.
Objection.
Mr. Robbins, hold on one second.
Your Honor, he's now relating hearsay, as I understand it, regarding
It's not here.
Hold on, Mr. Robbins.
what other people have said. You know, he's relying on what somebody else said without making a particular link. He says that somebody called the police, somebody else did. He hasn't, that sounds like hearsay, unless there's some supporting testimony by him that's observed and heard the conversation with someone calling the police. And now he's continuing that line of response, which is not directed to prosecution's questions.
Judge, I'll agree that it's hearsay with you not. So, now, after you left the area, eventually, I'm talking now maybe days later, did you come and speak with the police?
Police had came to my job and talked to me about this.
Okay. And did you describe to them what happened to you?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I
and
wrote
were
down
you-
a statement.
And were you able to identify the person who had done this to you when the police came and talked to you some days later?
I did. I
Okay.
could identify.
I don't have any other questions.
Thank you. Mr. Greenwood.
Mr. Robbins, at any time did you give a written statement to the police?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And when was that in relation to
2
the
days
incident?
later after the incident.
Like,
They have it on paper. I'm not sure the exact date, but I did fill out a statement. They came to my job.
they came to your job, interviewed you, and you gave a written statement to them at that time?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes? And in that written statement that you gave, did you fully describe everything that you've told us here today?
Yes, sir.
And do you know how long that statement was? Was it just one page or was it multiple pages?
I believe it was one page.
Who is Laura Robbins?
So, sister.
And what's the name of your girlfriend that was with you?
Sharon Fennick.
Pardon?
Sharon Fennick.
I have to spell that.
SHARON FENCH.
Now, this particular incident happened in front of 35 Birch Drive, is that correct?
Yes.
And that's your,
No, that's his grandmother's house. My mom's house is 36 Birch Drive, right?
oh, so you were at, in front of your grandmother's house at 36.
No, that's his grandmother's house. My mother's house lives across the street. I was started out seeing her. She's 80 years old to check on her. She's legally blind.
Okay,
That's my
so,
reasoning for being there.
okay, so the fact is that you had already seen your grandmother?
No, it's my mother and I haven't seen her yet. I was waiting for her to come out of the house.
Did she ever come out when this incident occurred?
No, she didn't make it out the house until after the incident. She's old and handicapped and disabled and in a wheelchair. It takes her time to get out of the house.
Okay. Now, where was Mr. Tiggs in relationship to the,
I don't know, Mr. Tiggs.
Hold on one second, Mr. Robbins,
pardon?
the defendant.
Okay.
Oh,
Where was Mr. Tiggs? You can finish your question.
okay. Where was Mr. Tiggs when you first saw him?
I was in my van and he was coming out of his house, walking up on the side of the van. I didn't see him at first. My girlfriend had seen him.
Okay, where was he then in relationship to you? Like how far away was he from the van?
Coming up on the side of the van about mid-street, the middle of the street, almost up on my van. Almost in like arm's reach distance.
And your van was in front of your mother's house?
Yes.
Okay. And when you first saw him, first of all, did you know him from before?
I don't know this man from ever. Did I give a statement? Didn't I give a statement?
Mr. Robbins, I don't answer
I
questions.
know, I'm just saying, didn't I give this guy a statement? I wrote down everything that happened.
I would indicate, Your Honor, that the reason I'm asking these questions is because I don't have a statement, written statement of discovery, and the prosecutor doesn't seem to be able to have one either. So that's why I'm asking these questions.
I understand that. And Mr. Robbins, if you would just be kind enough to answer the questions as they're asked, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
So you were stopped in front of your mother's house,
Yes.
and you first saw him when he came around to your side of the van, is that correct?
That's correct.
And he was already halfway up the side of the van?
I'm sitting in my van, I'm talking to my girlfriend.
No,
She said,
no,
hey.
just,
I gotta explain to you. You're asking.
listen to my questions,
I
okay? And just answer the questions, don't continue on. So you first saw him when he was coming up on the driver's side of your van, is that correct?
I'm trying to answer it. I didn't see him. My girlfriend seen him coming up behind me while my back was turned inside of the
The
van.
question was, where was he when you first saw him? And that's,
He was at the side of the van.
He was already standing at the side of the van?
Yes,
And he was right by your window?
yes, was hanging on the firearm.
And you say he had a firearm?
Yes.
Okay, and you were able to see that from
You
your
could see
van?
the extended clip sticking out of the gun through his clothes.
Okay.
30-round clip is
No,
pretty hard to hide.
I have not asked, I haven't
I
asked the
know.
question, so please don't talk. So did you actually see a portion of the gun, or did you just see the extended clip under his clothes?
No, you can see the extended clip and a little bit of what appeared to be the gun handle.
Part of the gun handle?
Yep,
Okay.
rest of it was in the
Okay,
waistband.
stop. When I ask questions, just answer them and then don't keep
But
on
I'm
talking.
answering you fully, right? Am I not answering? This is the first time for me.
I understand. And Mr. Robbins, what will happen is after Mr. Greenwood's done, if there's anything else, the prosecutor can ask you additional questions, okay?
Okay.
Trust me, if you just answer Mr. Greenwood's questions as he asks them,
I'm
I
sorry.
know.
It's just such a traumatic experience that I've been having problems at home after this.
Mr. Robbins, I understand.
It's hard to be in the same room with them.
I understand. Mr. Greenwood will ask questions and we'll keep moving, okay?
That's right. Now. And so he spoke first to you,
Yeah.
and what did he say to you?
After he appeared in front of the van,
Okay,
the side.
let's stop for a second. So he changed his position, then he went in front of the van?
it was, if you're gonna let me finish, he was standing at the side of my van, he walked to the front of the van. When he was on the side of my van, there was no word said to me. When he was standing in front of my van, there was no word said to me until he got between the two houses, the two lots.
Between the houses, the two lots on, that's your mother's house and
Yes,
a house next to it?
Yes,
And what was this, what was the street number of that one?
that's Birch. I'm not, I think it's 38 or it's my mom's next door neighbor on the right.
Okay. So he walked, was he still in the roadway?
Yes, he walked from the side of the van to in front of the van, still in the street, in between the two houses, the lots.
About how far away was he from the van at that particular time?
He's in front of the lot next door.
Well, in terms of an estimate, are you talking about 15 feet, 20 feet?
I don't know the feet, he's at the lot next door. They're trailer lots, it's not that big. I don't have a tape measure, I don't go over lots like that, I don't know. He's in front of the lot next door.
Okay.
He has his back turned to the guy in the dog that he shot.
Okay, just a second. No. Let me ask questions in a sequence, okay? Now, so then you observed him at a distance between these two lots in front of your van. And then at that particular point, did he say anything to you?
Yeah, as he's standing in between the two lots, he said, "I will shoot all you motherfuckers."
He was going to what?
He said, "I will shoot all you motherfuckers."
I see.
You say it again?
And you had said nothing to him at that point, is that correct?
I said nothing to him.
Okay,
I didn't say nothing to him.
okay, see, you just answer the questions, please. And at that point, what did you do in response to what he had said?
He walked out around the corner and
No, because I asked what you did.
I'm trying to
Response to
explain
that.
it to you, but you won't let me explain. All right, as he took off and walked around the corner, that's when I turned towards the person that was with me in the van and said that I have to say something to him. I can't let this go unbalanced. It's an unavoidable confrontation, which means as soon as he comes back around the corner, he's either gonna open fire or have a reason to open fire on me. That's how bad the situation, that's how dire and desperate it looked at that day.
No, the question I asked you is what you did after
I did
he
not.
said that.
I sit in my van for a minute.
Hold on, Mr. Robbins. Let him finish asking his question, okay?
So what you did is you said something to your girlfriend. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, and you said he went around the corner,
Yes.
and did he then come back to where you were?
You did come back around the corner.
About how long after?
All right, 3 to 4 minutes,
3 to 4 minutes?
maybe 5 at most.
Okay. And so you were just sitting there in the van, you and your girlfriend, is that correct?
Yes, we sat there for a minute.
Okay. And then when he came back, you were still sitting there.
No, well, listen, after he went around the corner, I went around the corner to talk to him.
I see, okay. And did you keep him in complete observation at that time?
I did.
And when you were sitting there before he first came up, what was your intention on doing? Going into your mother's house or doing something else?
No, I don't know what you're getting at. My intention is to go there and see my 80-year-old mother and help her downstairs and take care of her and check her
Okay.
diabetes and stuff
No,
like
the
that.
question was very simple. The reason that you were sitting there when he came up was because you were waiting to see your
I have
mother?
nothing to do with him. It doesn't matter why I sat there. It's my mother's house. I mean, by being truthful about this, it is.
But
I'm
you're not
answering
answering my questions.
I did answer you.
And
That's my answer. It doesn't matter what I'm doing in front of my mother's house. I wasn't there to start problems with him. I went there to see my mother.
Your Honor, may you instruct him just to answer my questions because.
Okay, can you get the statement for me then? Can we do that?
Mr.
Can everybody get the
Robbins,
statement?
Mr. Robbins, he's already said he doesn't have the statement. And I understand how difficult it might be from your perspective,
Well, if we don't
but if
have-
you, Mr. Robbins, please, if you would just listen to his question and respond to his question without analyzing why he's asking it, just please respond to it, okay?
My question is, why come we all don't have statements if it's part of the thing here?
Now, the question I'd asked was about the time you were sitting there before he came up. What was your intention at that particular time?
To see my mother.
Okay. And after he left, you decided to follow him around the corner rather than now visiting your mother. Is that correct?
Yes, he did. He done walked up to my window and made me scared and had his hand on the firearm. Yes.
Wait a second. What we're talking about is after he has left and gone around the corner, you say that you then followed him around the corner while you're in the van. Is that correct?
See, this is the point where we need a statement because you just don't know.
Mr. Robbins,
Judge, can we take a break for a few minutes and hopefully this will go a lot smoother if I could have a minute to speak with the witness. Clarify some of these issues that he keeps bringing up.
I don't know what that reason, what the reason for that would be, Your Honor. I mean, he's a witness and I'm supposed to be able to question him.
respectfully, Mr. DeGrazia, we will not take a break. Mr. Robbins, I understand, again, how difficult this might be for you, but it will, trust me, go faster if you just answer the questions as Mr. Greenwood asked them. Mr. DeGrazia has a chance to ask you questions to clarify if needed. Okay, I know, I'm with you, but I just need you to please, your next question, Mr. Greenwood.
Okay. So what was the reason then that you followed him around the corner rather than going and visiting your mother at that particular time?
I was in fear for my life.
Or in fear for your life?
Yeah.
Okay. Or did you have a weapon on you?
I had no weapon. I don't carry guns. I don't need.
Okay, and you had at that particular time seen a weapon with an extended clip in it, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
And so what did you intend to do by following him?
I just intended to talk to him and try to de-escalate.
No,
the situation.
no, I asked you,
De-escalate the
what, no, I
situation.
asked you what you intended, not what you didn't intend to do.
My intentions were to de-escalate the situation.
Okay, by de-escalate the situation, are you trained in de-escalation techniques?
No.
Objection, argumentative.
Badgering.
I- Excuse,
Your response to the objection.
which one? He says it bad, but
The prosecution, you know that.
Your Honor, I believe that the question that I asked was fully proper.
Whether or not he's trained in de-escalation techniques, that's irrelevant and is merely meant to argue with the witness.
Well, Your Honor, it's interesting he uses that particular term, de-escalation, because it's not something that has come up in normal conversations.
It sure does, sir.
Your Honor, in terms of de-escalation, that is something which is relatively new. They talk about it, for instance, with police agencies and so forth, that they've been taught de-escalation. And so when he used that particular term, I was asking him if he had any particular training in it because he used that term.
Well, if he wants to ask whether he's been trained by somebody in law enforcement, why doesn't he just ask that question?
Doesn't have to be by law enforcement. You know,
Mr. Robbins, would you just respond to the question? Have you been trained in de-escalation?
No.
okay. Now, so you had been threatened at that particular point by Mr. Tiggs, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you and your girlfriend was still in the van.
Yes.
And so how did you intend to de-escalate the situation with Mr. Tiggs?
Like I said in my report, that thing you're supposed to have, I said, hey, who are you? Ain't you one of the neighbor's kids? I know all of her kids. How's it going? Is there something wrong? How can I help you?
Okay. That's what you said to him?
Yes.
And was he walking at the time you said this?
No, he stopped. He stopped while I pulled up on him.
And then I take it was he to your?
He was on the passenger side at this time.
He was on the passenger.
He was on the passenger.
Okay. And so you were speaking to him through
Through the window.
across where your girlfriend was sitting, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then what, if anything, did he say?
When I asked him, was he one of the neighbor's kids, he really didn't say nothing. When I asked him, was he all right? Was somebody bothering you? Did you have, what's going on? Trying to, however term you say de-escalate, I was trying to make the situation go away or get it to where me and him ain't having problems. As I said to him, hey, are you one of the neighbor's kids? Are you okay? Do you have a problem? He said, do you want to have a problem?
Okay.
I said no, and that's when I turned around and I went back to my mother's house.
Okay. And that was the end of your contact with him that day?
For that moment.
Okay.
Now, when I pulled up in front of my mother's house, his grandmother's house, I was talking to her. And I asked her, why did she give him a gun?
By her, you mean his grandmother?
Yes.
Okay. And so she came out of the house
Yes.
and you had a conversation there
Yes.
in front of her house?
Yes.
Okay. And where was he at the time you were having the conversation? Mr. Tiggs?
By this time, he was coming back around the corner and he was almost 6 or 7 feet approaching the back of my van. Me and the grandmother were having a conversation at the front of the van in front of the house.
Okay. Was she on your right or your left at that time?
Who?
The grandmother.
It was on the right.
So you were talking through the passenger
No, I
window.
was already outside. When I pulled up in front of her house, I went and knocked on her door and I asked her why was she turning the kids loose with guns.
Okay, and did you think that that was going to de-escalate the situation by talking to her?
Well, mainly when you go to the parents, that's what you're supposed to do. Children that have firearms and you know they're not supposed to have them, or they look a little bit sketchy, ain't you gonna go ask the parents if you know them, what's the deal? It's just being a parent. I mean, it's not part of law enforcement or the books here.
Okay, and did she, without saying what she said, did she make a response to you?
Yes, he did actually.
Okay. And when she made the response, where was Mr. Tiggs at that time?
He was approaching the van,
He was approaching the van.
approaching the back of the van, walking up.
Okay. Besides the conversation that you had, the question to her and her response, that is his grandmother, did you or her say anything else?
The only thing I said to her was, why did you turn the kids loose? Because they have autism and stuff over there at the house. She's known to foster
Okay,
kids. I'm getting to that. I said, why did you give the kids a gun and turn them loose like that? You're not
Okay.
right.
and that's what you said to her.
That's what I said to her.
Stop,
before he approached.
stop for a second. That's what you said to her, and then she made a response.
She said,
No, she made a response.
you gonna let me say what she said?
No,
No,
but you
Mr.
can ask me.
Robbins, no.
Well, you don't want what she said,
I'm
right?
trying, okay. You said that you asked her about
You wanna
whether
hear
she
what
was,
she said?
whether she was, or why she was allowing him to carry a gun. And then she made a response, and I asked after that, was there anything else that you said to her or she said to you?
You didn't let me finish what was said in the conversation, so how can I answer the question?
Well, first of all, you can't tell us what she said.
It's
So-
part of the deal, though.
No,
It's part of what
listen,
happened.
listen. You have to understand, we have rules of evidence here, and so I'm asking the question narrowly.
I'm trying to
Because that's-
answer you narrowly. I'm trying.
Mr. Robbins,
If the question of part of what I have to say is part of my answer to what he's saying, how come I can't answer it?
because you can't say what the grandmother said. His question to you, as it stands, is after she made whatever response she made to you, did you say something else?
I
He didn't
didn't.
ask it that narrowly, but that's what it
didn't.
is. Did
I
you say
didn't.
something after she responded?
No,
And then you said he was approaching the van, and so then at what point, or where did he ultimately end up in relationship to the van? How close did he get to the van?
it was point blank range with the gun at my back windows.
I beg pardon?
Point blank range at my back windows, the double doors with the gun.
Okay.
They
At
stumbled
that
around
partic-
the side of the van and knocked the dust off the side of the van.
Okay, did you see him pull the gun out then?
Yeah,
Okay,
the gun was pulled whenever he walked up to the back of the van. He started trying to pull it out and it got stuck in his waistband.
okay. Did he attempt to pull out the gun while you were talking to his grandmother? Or after that conversation had ended?
Well, that's the point of what I was getting to in my last conversation, but you wouldn't let me get to it. When me and her, and I told her about the kids with the gun, she said,
Okay, no,
I'm trying to get to it, but you won't let me finish
No.
my answer.
no,
How can I answer it? Which way do you want me to answer it for you?
I'm asking about things that happened in sequence.
And
And the
I'm
sequence,
trying to
now
tell
listen
you.
to me, listen to me. And the sequence is, you said something to her, she made a response. I'm now talking about what happened after that sequence of conversation with Mr. Tiggs. And you said that he was approaching. You also said that at some point he pulled the gun out. So I'm asking you, at what point did he pull the gun out? Where, in terms of the conversation?
After me and the grandmother had the conversation, he was walking up to the back of the van. She took off sprinting towards the back of the van. And that's when they tussled for the gun at my back doors of the van.
You saw him pull out the gun at that time.
He already was trying to get the gun out to point it at my back windows, but the clip was jamming up his clothes, but he could not get the gun out fast enough to shoot through the windows. By that time, the grandmother grabbed the gun, and they
Okay,
were wrestling
okay.
for it.
So before he got the gun out, his grandmother took it away from him?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, then did he have the gun out and then pointed toward the windows at that time?
No, he was attempting to get the gun out by the back doors of my van. And that's when me and the grandmother was talking up on the sidewalk, and that's when she made a quick sprint to the back of the van, and they started arguing, and she was trying to get the gun. He was already trying to get it out of his waistband and pointed at us through the fucking window. I'm sorry, man. It's just, I'm sorry, Robin.
No, Mr. Robbins, don't
Can I be
apologize.
done here?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
He's not like really, you know,
And after his grandmother took the gun away from him, correct? And was that at the back of the van?
no, by the time she had got the gun and wrestled it away from him, it was by the front steps of the sidewalk leading up to their porch.
Okay, so he had, so he had moved position from behind the van up towards her
No, they
sidewalk.
wrestled from the back of the van for the gun, all the way around the side of the van, up to the front sidewalk of the steps of their porch. He
And-
still was attempting to get the gun from her, and they were wrestling for it.
Okay. And so where were they when she was able to obtain the gun from him?
They was right by the front steps.
Okay.
She gave it back to him and pushed him in the house.
He gave it to her?
No,
Oh,
they were wrestling with the gun. She got the gun, and as they were going up the front steps, she put it back in his hands and said, "There's got to be a better way to do this."
no. Don't say what somebody else said, please.
Well,
No,
I'm explaining
no,
my story.
no.
You asked me a question. I'm allowed to explain it, right?
No, sir,
No.
actually, you're not.
Then how can I explain my story?
I know, Mr. Robbins.
So she took the gun away from him.
Yes,
And then what did you do after that?
I sat there for a minute and I watched what was going on between her and him.
Okay, did they go into the house?
Yes, it was. She pushed him into the house, gave the gun back to him, and pushed him back in the house.
Okay. And that was the last that you saw of the two of them at that day?
That was the last that I saw. I drove away.
Okay.
I was in fear for my life. I didn't want any more.
Okay, stop. I asked you a simple
question.
question. Is that you just drove
No,
away?
finish my
No,
answer.
sir, please don't argue with me.
I'm not
Okay.
finishing my answer.
So after they went into the house, you left and didn't have to go back to the scene on that particular day. Is that right?
No,
I have nothing further.
Any redirect, Mr. DeGrazia?
No, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Robbins, thank you for your testimony. You may step down, sir.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't listen. Don't apologize to me.
People call Ava Clayton.
Good morning. How are you, ma'am? Do me a favor, please. State your first and last name, where you're standing, and then spell them both for me, please.
Ava Clayton,
Spell them.
AVACLAYTON.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Clayton, I'm gonna have you come sit in this chair, right, that's closest to me. And this is where you'll give your testimony from. Come up here, please. Have a seat in this black chair that's closest to me. Yes, please. Now, on the other side of me is my secretary, Mary Ann. She's recording what you're saying, so I need you to keep your voice up, okay? I need you to talk loud enough for the gentleman that came in with you that's sitting in the back row. He needs to be able to hear you, okay? Whoever you walked in with that's sitting in the back row, they need to be able to hear you, okay? So speak loud enough for them. And if for some reason Mary Ann is not able to pick up your voice, I'll ask you to either move closer or keep your voice up, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. You may be seated back there. And sir, sit up. Sir, this is not a lounge. Sit up, please. Thank you. Your witness, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please state your name?
Ava.
Ava? Now, just like the judge just said, you're gonna have to speak up really loud, and I know it's hard because you have a quiet voice, but really try your best to almost shout, okay?
Okay.
Really loud,
Okay.
okay? All right, how old are you, Ava?
I'm 12.
You're 12, all right. Now, I wanna ask you about some events that occurred back on August 4th of 2023 in the area of 16800 Lower Road. Do you remember that day at all?
Like what happened?
Right,
Yes.
okay. Now, in that area of Lower Road, is there a park in that area?
Yes.
Okay. And this park, is it by like some trailer, like a trailer park?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you know somebody, without telling me who lives there or what their address is, do you know somebody who lives in that trailer park?
Yes.
Okay, and were you over with them at that time?
Yes.
Now, from the location where you were with the person that you knew, how far away is the park from where you were at to visit the person?
I'm confused.
Right, that was a bad question. Let me try it. This park that you're at, describe what's at the park.
Ava, before you answer, pull the microphone closer and please try to remember to keep your voice up, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
It's like a playground, a lunch bench, and then like a volleyball spot.
All right, so there's a playground, right?
Yes.
And you said there was like a volleyball court?
Yes.
All right, and you said there was like a lunch area?
Yes.
Now, the lunch area, are there picnic tables out there?
Yes.
Is there anything that covers the area where the picnic table is?
I don't know what it's called.
Is it like a roof?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this park where you were at, you had been to the trailer park to visit someone, right?
Yes.
How far away is the trailer park, or the place where you were visiting someone from the park with the playground and the volleyball court, things like that? Can you walk there?
Yes.
Okay. Were you at the park with anyone else?
Yes.
Who else were you at the park with?
Me and my 2 friends.
You and your 2 friends, all right. What are your 2 friends' names?
Dayton and Trenton.
Dayton and Trenton? Is that yes?
Yes.
And did the 3 of you go to the park together?
No.
Did you meet them at the park?
I met one at the park.
Okay, who did you meet at the park?
I met Trenton at the park.
And what were you planning on doing while you were at the park?
Nothing really.
Okay, were you gonna play on the swing set or volleyball court or just hang around?
Just hang around.
All right. And did you meet your friend Trenton there?
Yes.
And you mentioned another person named Dayton. When did he get there?
We got there together.
Okay, so you went there with that person?
Yes.
And was this at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember, was it a different time?
I'm not really sure what time it was.
Okay, but was it after lunch?
Yes.
And was it before dinner?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're at the park, the three of you are there. Do you see anybody else in the park area?
A worker.
Okay. A worker? And what was the worker doing?
I think he was just like picking weeds.
You think he was picking weeds?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the way that they were dressed or what they were doing made you think that that person was a worker?
He came in the golf cart and he had the worker outfit on.
Okay. And did you personally talk to that person at all?
The worker?
Yes.
No.
Now, as you're in the park, the three of you are there and there's the worker there. Do you see anybody else come into that area of the park?
Yes, a guy.
A guy. And what did the guy look like?
He was dark skinned. He had like poofy hair.
He had what?
Poofy hair.
Poofy hair?
Skinny.
Skinny?
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't hear that.
Skinny. Skinny and poofy hair, dark skin. Ava, I know it's difficult, but I need you to keep your voice up, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, when you say dark skin, do you know what the word African American means?
Yes.
Is that what you mean by dark skin?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that person that you saw, where did you first see the person?
Which one?
The person with dark skin that you described.
On the lunch bench?
Lunch bench?
Yes.
All right, so is he sitting in that picnic area that you were describing earlier?
Yes.
And was there anyone else around him when you first saw him sitting over there?
No.
And had you ever, and was this person a male?
Yes.
Okay. Had you ever seen that person before that day?
No.
Okay. Did you ever approach that person who was sitting in the park area?
Yes.
And describe what happened when you approached him.
I walked up to him and I asked him his age.
Okay. And why did you ask him how old he was?
Because to me, he looked kind of young. I was going to ask him if he wanted to come sit over with us because he kind of looked lonely.
I dropped, her voice dropped off.
You said that he looked kind of young. Is that true?
Yes.
And what was the other thing you said after that?
I was going to ask him if he wanted to come sit over with me and my friend.
Okay. You asked him if he wanted to come sit over with you?
No, I didn't ask him that. I asked him his age first.
Okay.
then he
Because you were
told me.
wondering if he wanted to come sit.
Yes. I was
Okay.
going to ask him after he told me his age.
All right. And so when you asked him how old he was, did he respond?
Yes.
What do you remember what he said?
22.
Okay. Now, after he told you he was 22, what did you do?
I said never mind and I walked away.
You said never mind and you walked away?
Yes.
Why did you walk away?
Because he was too old.
Okay. And so when you walked away, where did you go?
I went back to the playground with my two friends.
All right. When you say playground, is there like a jungle gym there or swings or anything like that?
Slides and a swing.
Slides and a swing?
Yes.
Is that the area where you were at?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after you had this interaction with the person in the picnic area, did you ever leave the park area?
Like right after?
I'm just asking you, after you spoke with the man in the park area, did you leave?
Yes, a little bit after.
All right. Now, when you say a little bit, do you have any idea in terms of time before you left?
No.
Okay. Do you think it was more than an hour?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think it was more than 3 hours?
No.
Okay. And so when you left, or when you decided to leave, did you speak any more with the man?
No.
And was the maintenance worker still in that area of the park when you left?
Yes.
So when you left, did you go to a trailer in the trailer park?
Yes.
All right. And how long do you think it took you to walk from where you were in the park to the trailer that you went to?
10 minutes?
Okay. And Did you actually go inside the trailer, or did you just stand around outside of the trailer when you went back to the
I went inside.
trailer? Okay. Now, after you went back inside, are your two friends still there with you?
No, Dayton left with me and Trenton left before me and Dayton left.
Again, her voice trailed off.
Would you repeat what you just said, please?
Yes. I said, me and Dayton left together, and then Trenton left a little bit before me and Dayton left.
So did Dayton come with you to the trailer that you went to?
No.
He went someplace else after you got back to the trailer?
Yes.
Okay. So after you go back inside the trailer, did you see anyone from the park after that point?
No.
Okay, did you recognize anyone ever walking by the area of the trailer afterwards?
Yes.
Okay, so describe how that happened.
Like,
Where were you when you saw somebody walk by the trailer?
I was in the trailer.
Okay, you were in the trailer. How long do you think you were in the trailer before you saw somebody walk by?
Maybe like 20 minutes.
Okay. Now, the person who walked by, did you recognize them from earlier in the day?
Yes.
Okay, who was the person who walked by?
It was the same guy that was on the lunch table.
Okay. And before you saw him walk by, did you hear anything?
No.
All right. And when he walked by, how did he look to you?
I don't remember.
Okay. And after he walked by, did you do anything when he walked by your trailer?
No.
Did you ever notice after that point, after the guy walked by the trailer, did you ever notice whether anything was going on in the park?
Yes.
So describe how you came to notice something was going on in the park.
Me and my friend Dayton, we walked together to the park and we seen a bunch of people and the worker laying on the ground.
Okay, so the worker that you had seen earlier was lying on the ground?
Yes.
Was that worker appear to be moving at all?
No.
Okay. How long do you think, again, just as much as you know, how long do you think it took from when you see the person walking by your trailer to when you went outside and you saw the people in the park?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think it was more than an hour or less than an hour?
Less than an hour.
Less than an hour? Is
Yes.
that- okay. And so, when you saw the people at the park, did you go and walk over to where the people were gathered in the park?
No.
Okay. Eventually, did the police come and speak with you?
Yes.
Okay. And did you tell them about what you saw?
Like the guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I know you've described kind of, his skin color, and you said he was skinny, right?
Yes.
Yes. And do you remember what kind of clothes he was wearing?
A white shirt and black pants.
Okay. Do you remember the kind of shoes he was wearing?
No.
Okay. Well, you were at the park with the man in the picnic area and the maintenance worker working. Did you ever see the two of them interact at all?
No.
Okay. And did you ever see the man in the picnic area? Did you ever see him talk to anyone besides you?
No.
Okay. I don't have any other questions, Jeff.
Thank you. Mr. Greenwood.
Hey, Ava, just a couple of questions. So you saw this 22-year-old black man at the park. You talked to him,
Yes.
and then you didn't have any further interaction with him. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you see him leave the park area before you did?
No.
Was he still there when you left?
Yes.
And when you say you saw him later going past your house? Is that correct?
Yes.
And you said that that was about 20 minutes later, is that correct?
No,
So what was the time frame, the time that you saw him at the park and you saw him in front of your house?
I don't know.
But then you went back to the park area and that's when you saw the worker laying on the ground, is that right?
Yes,
And what was the time frame between you seeing the man walking in front of your house and you seeing the worker?
I do not know.
You don't know. Okay. Were you shown photographs of various people to try to identify the person that, the young black man that you saw?
Yes,
And were you able to identify anybody?
they all look the same.
So you couldn't make an identification, is that correct?
No. Or yes, that's correct.
Okay, so. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any redirect, sir?
No, Judge.
Thank you. Ava, you may step down. Thank you for your testimony.
Like, I'm ready. I can leave?
You can leave, yes.
Oh, okay.
We'll call Andrew Doherty.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir? Good afternoon. Would you state your first and last name and then spell them both for me, please?
Andrew Doherty, ANDREW, TAUGHERTY.
Mr. Doherty, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Detective Long is going to show you this first chair closest to me. My secretary is recording your testimony this afternoon. If she's unable to hear you, I'll ask you to either keep your voice up or move that microphone closer, okay? Okay?
Ma'am.
And be sure, sir, when you respond to questions, you have to say yes or no. You can't nod your head or okay?
Ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Your witness.
All right, sir, could you please state your name?
Andrew Doherty.
All right. Now, I want to ask you about some events that occurred back on August 6th of 2023 at 40 Birch Drive. Are you familiar with that day at all?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, 40 Birch Drive. Do you know anyone who lived at that address?
Who lived there?
Right.
Previously?
Yes.
Just of what I knew of the guy lived there before.
Okay.
I
I mean,
can't
I'm
give
just
the answer.
from the purchase point.
Hold on one second. So, if you could help me out and speak really loudly so that everyone can hear you, okay? Because we're having some problems with people hearing. So if you could speak really loudly, okay? Is that okay?
I'll try.
You'll try. All right. Now, that area over Birch Drive, what's in that area?
What do you mean, what's in that area?
Are there trailers in that
Yeah,
area?
trailers. Trailer
Trailers.
park.
Okay. Now, on August 6th, were you in that area where the trailer park is over on Birch Drive?
Yeah, it's coming. I left to go take my dog to some water, work her out, have fun with her, and I came back and gonna get ready to relax, eat, get something to eat, go meet my sister, go to work.
Okay, so let me stop you here. You had your dog with you,
Yes, sir.
and were you in a
Yes, sir.
car? Were you in a car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, while you're in the car with your dog, did something happen to you?
Yeah, a little 10 years behind the monkeys walking out the trees to evolution into humans started opening fire on me.
I can't,
I said,
I
yeah,
can't
a
understand.
Hold
little
on.
thug punk, 10 years behind the monkeys walking out the trees, turning into humans,
I-
evolution,
I can't.
open
understand
fire
what
on
he's
us.
talking
Sir.
Got out the car,
That loudly or not.
Sir,
tried to kill me, tried to bring me down. Look at what's where now.
sir,
Yes, sir.
okay. Sir, can you focus on me? Look at me, okay? People are having a hard time understanding what you're saying, so just listen to my question and answer the question, all right? Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you hear any gunshots when you were inside your car?
No, I crank the music when I'm in the car.
Okay. When you got out of the car, did you hear anything?
I heard bite. I heard you looking for me, and the open fire hit me in my shoulder. I put my head down above the roof so I could see. So my head wasn't in open fire, but I could see where he was
So
turning the gun towards.
there's a lot of information. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about it, all right? You said that you heard somebody say something.
And when I got out the car,
All right. And what did you hear the person
I
say?
heard you looking for me,
The person said, I heard you're looking
but
for
it's not a person.
the voice, right? You heard a voice say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell where it was coming from?
I turned and looked. It was on the other side of the car.
Okay. You saw a person on the other side of your car?
Sir.
Did you see that person in court today?
Sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Point to that person and describe what he's wearing. What is the person wearing?
Whatever he got on. Little green outfit.
A green
Wayne-
outfit?
Wayne County, I think it said.
Okay, you said he is wearing a green outfit?
Yes, sir.
For the record, the witness has identified the defendant.
Yes, sir.
Where was he standing when you first saw him?
On the other side of the car. He was walking up, heard you looking for me. And that's where I got hit in the shoulder.
All right. How far away do you think he was from you when he started doing something to you?
Pretty much, he was on the other side of the car.
Okay, so like less than a car length away?
Whatever the car, width of the car is pretty much a little bit back from it, but he was in my driveway.
And what kind of car was it?
2010 Mercury Milan.
All right. Now, did you see anything in his hands at first?
No,
Okay. And now, did he do something to you?
shot me in my shoulder.
He shot you?
My shoulder. That's
Okay.
that's the first one.
Where in your shoulder did you get shot?
Darn shoulder.
You're pointing to your upper right
Yeah, The
shoulder area?
meniscus, whatever they call it.
Okay.
In my one back like that.
Now, did he have a gun? Did you see a gun before he shot you?
Before he shot me,
Yeah.
first thing I did, and turn around. I heard you looking for me. Turn around and the open fire. That's where the bullets. I remember the bullets coming.
Okay. And so, what happened to you after he shot you in the shoulder?
I put my head down below the roof, just so where I could see through the windows where the gun was being pointed. And I kept going back and forth from the driver window to the passenger, the back driver's side window.
All right. So
And
after,
he was opening fire, and I had to keep moving back and forth. And I was putting my dog in the line of fire, and that's when I said my dog's gonna end up getting shot, and I took off. And
that's what I want to ask next. After you felt the gunshot hit your shoulder, did you hear any more gunshots after that?
couple,
A couple?
I remember 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
5, I'd be telling a story, but I feel like I'm starting to stretch it.
You think it's at least 3 to 5 though? Is that
That's
yes?
what I remember. And then I found out when I talked to the detective, he shot 22 times.
All right. So when these other shots are being fired, now after you've been shot in the shoulder, you said you're taking cover. Is it in your car or behind your car?
I'm on the driver's side of the car, and I put my head down like just below the roof because I had shot fatal, and I was looking through the windows where the gun was, and I was moving back and forth driver's side hit driver's side window, driver's side back window. My dog's in the back seat.
Now, while this is going on, were you able to see the gun at all?
Yeah, that's why I was moving back and forth.
Was it a long gun or like a handgun?
Handgun.
Remember anything unique about this gun that different from most other handguns?
No,
Okay.
most focus on going back and forth,
Now,
trying to keep my dog out the line of fire and me out the line of fire. And
do you know whether you got shot more than once?
I got shot twice.
Okay. Now, the second shot, do you know when that bullet hit you or not?
I think that's when I decided I had to go before my dog ended up
I
getting
just-
hit.
Mr. Doherty, would you keep your voice up for me, please?
I think that was when I decided I had to leave the situation because my dog was gonna end up getting hit. I figured he followed me. I think I got hit when I decided to run.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. So after you're taking cover and you're hearing more gunshots, you decide that you needed to flee the area? Is that true?
I decided to flee the area because my dog kept put in the line of fire. She kept, because I'd go from the driver's side window to the back window behind the driver's side, on the driver's side with the back seat window. I kept putting my dog in the line of fire. So finally I just said enough of this. He's gonna end up getting hit, and I took off.
Okay. Now, before you decided to take off, did you ever see the defendant, the person here in court today, try and walk around the car to get closer to you?
Mainly from what I remember, he was on the other side.
Okay.
Why he didn't run around the car and just open fire, I don't know.
Okay. Now, when you decided to take off, what direction did you head
I don't even remember.
in? Okay.
I remember taking off, and I remember falling on the side of the trailer where I fell, expecting him to come around the corner. Just gonna tell him what I think after you and tell him what I think of him.
So was it after you decided to take off that's when you felt the second gunshot?
I didn't feel a second gunshot.
Okay. You think
No,
that's when you might have been?
It's the only time my back was turned,
Okay.
unless he got me when I got out the car, but I didn't feel him, but I felt the shoulder stuff. That was the first one that I know of.
But you have since become aware that you were shot at least twice.
Oh, yeah, I know I shot twice. I shot in the shoulder, shot in the back hip.
Back
Crack-
hip?
crack- Yeah, the back where it hit the hip, back of the hip type. I'm not a doctor, and it hit the hip. It ricocheted up into my stomach, ripped it apart, and
Let's hold on one second. So where were you able to run to finally before you stopped running?
not the next trailer next to me, but the one behind it or in front of it, depending which way you're going.
And eventually, did the police get there and take you away in an ambulance?
Yes, sir.
If you can remember, how long do you think it took between when you were able to flee the area of your car to when the police got there?
Couldn't even tell you. I was more waiting for him to come around the corner. Why didn't he come? I was hoping when I took off, he'd follow me. My dog would be out the situation.
So did you go to the hospital after you got shot?
Yes, sir.
And can you describe any of the injuries you had when you were at the hospital?
Fractured hip. That from the bullet that hit me. Ricocheted off the hip, went into my stomach, ripped it apart. Had to cut stuff out, put it back together.
So-
And this shoulder, whatever you call it, what they call them, like a meniscus or something like that, had, from what I know, a screw. When I fell, I was just sitting there for a minute, just watching my arm hang back and forth, but I could still put my hand. I look his way, its way, then I look back, because when I came in from the water, there's two cops in there. I figured they'd be coming that way. I look back, I look its way, I look back, who's coming first?
All right, so I want to go back to a second. When you were at the hospital, did they have to do surgery on part of your body because of your injuries?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think you mentioned you had some internal injuries, like in your intestines?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Don't know exactly. My sister would be the one to be able to explain that and get some doctor report, but I know when they hit the hip, it ricocheted into the stomach, ripped it apart. They had to go in, cleaned it out, then went back in to cut stuff out. And I guess I had to go back in and try and figure out how to put it back together.
How long do you think you were in the hospital before you were discharged from the hospital?
Discharged? I couldn't even tell you.
Do you think, was it more than a day?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I
And
woke up 2 days later. I thought it was the same day. I think it was 2 days later.
so you only regained consciousness 2 days after you first went to the hospital. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so you were in the hospital for at least 2 days, right?
Yeah, I was in the ICU for a couple days, and then they moved me out of there to the lower level. Then I went to a place to get a little physical therapy.
And so today, now it's been weeks later, are you still suffering the effects of your injuries?
Yes, sir. I should have a cane, but I will not let it have the privilege of seeing me with it.
Okay. So are you having difficulty walking?
Yes, sir.
And did you see your arm where you got hit in the shoulder? Are you able to use your arm as well as you did before this incident happened?
As well? No, sir. I can't work right now.
Okay.
I can lift up to 15 pounds, but I can't put no weight on it, like push-ups and all that stuff's off the table.
So as a result of this, you aren't able to work like you could before?
Yep. No, sir. Can't work.
And do you have any surgeries scheduled, like upcoming surgeries?
I go back October 3rd to see where my arm's at.
I don't have any other questions, Chip.
Thank you. Mr. Greenwood.
So when you first observed this person, the first thing that they said or asked was, I heard you're looking for me. Is that correct?
Yep.
And were you looking for that individual?
Did he get drugged off the porch?
Pardon?
So did he ever get drugged off his porch out into the street?
Okay.
No. Put it like that. No. No.
You're looking for him?
No.
Okay. So had you ever seen him before in the area?
I didn't know who they were when I was first told about David's incident.
See, I wouldn't have trouble hearing.
I said I didn't even know who they were the first time I heard about David's incident.
Okay.
So I always, every day when I get off work, I talk to David. She comes down in a wheelchair and I talk to her. And she told me about that incident one day. I don't remember if I came back from the water, it was a day off, or it was the day I was at work, and she told me about that incident. I drove by one day.
So you were told about the prior incident, is that correct?
Yep.
And, but you didn't see that individual prior to the shot, is that correct?
Yep. Don't even pay,
And-
never
okay,
paid him
let's
attention.
stop. Now, and when the police came, were you able to give a description of the person that shot you?
Didn't have a chance. They thought I was a shooter.
Wait,
Said that I didn't have a chance. They thought I was a shooter. They treated me like I was a shooter. Some people called and said they had the shooter on that street.
somebody, the police were treating you as if you were the shooter?
Mhm.
Is that it? Is that correct?
Yep. All I wanted to know is my dog. I wouldn't even give him no information. He wanted information. He told me how my dog is.
Okay. Were you ever shown any photographs of an individual?
No, sir.
And so when the person that you saw on that particular day who shot you, how was that person dressed?
Some red shorts, and
Shorts?
he had some red shorts on and whatever else he had. At the moment when you get fired on that, you ain't taking a detailed.
Okay. So You're having difficulty with any details of some of what happened here, is that correct?
What do you mean?
Are you having any difficulties in your memory or recollections because of what happened to you?
Just got out the car and I heard boys looking for me, and from there it's just go tunnel vision and focusing on where the gun's at and trying to stay out the line of fire.
And so, were you ever shown photographs of an individual?
Told you no.
No.
Told you no.
And you had never seen this person before?
I seen him, the first time I really paid attention to him was when I was trying to figure out who David's mom was talking about, because the trailer across from each other, she's 2 trailers down from me. So when I come home from work or wherever I'm coming from, into the trailer park, I could pass it way. When I leave, I go the opposite way.
Okay, so.
So I was looking.
This person talking in the trailer park,
and
and you saw that this particular individual in that area, in the trailer park.
sitting on the porch with his grandma, I think it is, and the same person who walked up on the other side of the car. And guess who it is? It is, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it.
Did you ever give a statement to the police? A written statement?
I did on the phone recording thing when I was at the therapy place.
Okay, so they recorded you, didn't take a written statement, just did a tape record, is that correct?
It was on the phone recording,
Phone?
yeah, video.
Oh, okay. So an officer came to you, we took your statement and recorded it on his phone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Doherty, thank you for your testimony. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, people call Officer Trotz.
It's Trot. Good afternoon, sir. Would you stop at that podium for me, please? State your first and last name.
Jason Tront,
Spell them both, please.
Jasontron.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Come have a seat in this black chair that's closest to me, please. Mary Ann is recording your testimony. If she's unable to hear you, I'll ask you to either raise your voice or get closer to the microphone. When you answer the questions, please answer yes, no, and head nods are not picked up, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. You're a witness, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and occupation?
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Tront. I'm a police officer with Van Buren Township.
And how long have you been a police officer there for?
I've been in Van Buren Township for 8 years and 18 years altogether in law enforcement.
And on August 4th, 2023, approximately 4 o'clock in the afternoon, did you go to the location of 16800 Lower Road?
Yes,
All right. Now, this address of Lower Road, is there like a residential community that's associated with that address?
yes.
Describe what's there.
It's Van Buren Estates Mobile Home Park.
Okay. And when you went there, why were you directed to go there?
It was to assist Van Buren Fire with a possible assault.
Okay, and so when you arrived, was there a particular area that you were directed to go to?
I was directed to the playground
All right, and describe what you observed when you approached the playground area.
I could observe there's a volleyball court with sand, there's a covered pavilion. I was directed to the volleyball net portion of the park where I could see Van Buren fire personnel and paramedics.
All right, and this area that you saw the fire personnel and paramedics, did you see any individuals who appear to be injured in that area?
Yes, I did.
So describe what you saw.
There's a subject lying in the sand, motionless.
All right, and that person appeared to be alive when you first saw them?
No.
And did the person appear to have any injuries to their body?
Yes.
Describe what you saw.
I observed what appeared to be a gunshot wound to the top of the head.
And did you ever learn the name of this person that was lying there with the gunshot wound?
Yes.
And what was that person's name?
Catherine Jean Butchart.
Okay. And how did the person appear to be dressed to you when you saw that person?
In work attire.
I'm sorry, Officer Trent, would you keep your voice up for me, please?
Yes, sorry.
Work attire?
Yes.
What type of work attire?
I believe they were cargo pants or shorts, t-shirt,
What type of work are you kind of describing?
maintenance.
Maintenance, all right. And was there like a golf cart or some type of motorized device in the area around where the person was lying?
Yes, there was.
Okay. Now, when you first arrived there, the person was already deceased.
Correct.
Did you ever look in the area to see if any potential firearms related evidence was in the area around the playground area?
Yes.
So describe what you observed.
I observed underneath the covered pavilion, which was concrete. Underneath the covered pavilion, there's 7 spent 9mm shell casings.
Okay. You saw 7 of them?
Correct.
And in this pavilion area, can you just describe what this pavilion area looks like?
It was a concrete flooring with a picnic table and a cover.
Okay. And these cartridge casings, describe how they're located within the pavilion itself.
They were on top of the concrete.
Okay. Are they in the same general area of the pavilion, or are they scattered outside the pavilion and inside the pavilion?
Underneath the pavilion.
Okay, so they're all on the concrete flooring underneath the roof.
Correct.
All right. And these fire cartridge casings, were they collected and placed on evidence?
Yes, they were.
All right. Now, the first question I want to ask you is, regarding this homicide investigation, is there a Huron Township case number that's associated with that investigation?
A Huron Township case?
I'm sorry, Van Buren Township.
Yes.
Do you know what the case number is?
No, I don't off the top of my head.
Would looking at a document refresh your memory?
Yes, it would.
Yes, sir.
Handing you a document. Could that refresh your memory about what the case number associated with the homicide investigation is?
Yes.
All right, what's the case number?
230009278.
All right, and the fire cartridge casings that were found in the pavilion area, is there an item number or letter that's associated with those different cartridge casings that were recovered?
Yes, I labeled them A through G.
Okay, so each casing is associated with a letter.
Correct.
Is that true? Now, within your evidence cataloging system, is it associated with a number, these different cases?
It is.
And what number is that?
I'd have to refer to the report.
If that'll refresh your memory.
The evidence tag number generated by the system is 230009278.001.
Okay, so the last 3 digits are 0.001?
That's correct.
All right. Now, 2 days later, on August 6th, 2023, did you go to the area of 40 Birch Drive?
Yes,
And why were you called out to that location on that day?
that was for a shooting reported to have just occurred.
Now, this address 40 Birch Drive, where is that relative to 16800 Lower Drive?
It's in the same complex.
Okay. And when you went there, was anything going on in the area of 40 Birch Drive?
Yes,
Describe what you saw or observed.
I was directed to a trailer where a suspect was reported to have barricaded himself into.
Okay. And so what were you or other police personnel doing around this trailer of interest?
A perimeter was set up around the trailer.
Okay, and when you say perimeter, what does that mean?
There were officers positioned at different points circling the trailer.
Now, have there been reports of anything that happened in that area prior to you getting it?
Yes, a shooting.
A shooting? Eventually, was a person, a suspect, arrested from the trailer of interest?
Yes.
Did you place that person under arrest?
No.
Okay. Did you see the person when they were arrested?
Yes,
Do you see the person in court today?
I do.
You point to that person, describe it for me.
He's sitting at the table in a green shirt.
For the record, the witness has identified the defendant.
Yes, sir.
Now, after he was arrested, did you, along with any other police personnel, ever attempt to recover any firearms-related evidence from the area around 40 Birch Drive?
Yes,
All right, and so were there any fired cartridge casings in that area?
there were.
Describe where they were.
There were, I believe, 11 9mm shell casings throughout the street and a couple of the yards there.
All right, and when you say around the street, were they around any other vehicles or were they scattered throughout? Can you describe?
Yes, they were scattered and most of them were recovered around a vehicle.
All right, and what type of vehicle was it, if you remember?
I don't remember.
Was it like a sedan type vehicle?
It was, yep.
Now, were those cartridge casings recovered and placed on that?
They were.
And is there a case number that's associated with this incident that's occurring on August 6th of 2023?
Yes.
You recall what the case number is?
No, I don't.
You approach.
Yes, sir.
No objection for the purposes of the examination, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Greenwood.
Does looking at that document refresh your memory about the case number that's associated with that?
Yes.
And what's the case number?
230009339.
Okay. And within your lettering or numbering system, are there letters that are associated with these different casings?
Yes.
Okay. And one second, Jim. And what are the letters that were used for each individual casing?
Could I refer to the report?
Go ahead.
If you happen to have a page of. Thank you. Yes, those shell casings were labeled A through K, and the number associated is 230009339.001.
Okay. And so those cartridge casings were collected, placed on evidence, and taken back to the police department?
Correct.
I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Thank you. Your witness, Mr. Greenwood.
So officer, your duties there were to handle the bullets, cartridges, and so forth that may have been found on the scene.
Correct.
And in terms of, you said that they were scattered around, is that correct?
Yes.
And sometimes there are markers that are being used for particular locations of cartridges found and other items? Is that
Correct.
correct?
Yes,
Was that done at this particular scene?
yes,
Was that done by you? Did you place the little plastic markers there?
yes,
Okay. And did you take any photographs of those markers?
I did.
And approximately how many photos did you take of the scene?
20?
Did you take any photos of the actual deceased?
Yes,
And in terms of those particular photos, when you first arrived, was there a blanket or something on the deceased?
I don't believe so.
And when you observed the deceased first time, did it appear as if there had been attempts to resuscitate him?
Yes,
And was that by the fire department that came by?
yes,
And do you know if any photographs were taken of the scene at the time that they first arrived at the scene?
I don't believe that the fire department took any photos.
And so you don't know if the deceased body was moved at all from the time that it was originally found?
I was advised that it was
I
moved.
would pardon?
I was advised that it was moved.
It was moved. Were you advised whether or not there's any records made of where the actual location was in the body's position?
I believe I made a note within my report that the deceased had been lying on their side and placed onto the back.
Okay, but I mean, like, before you arrived, you understand the body had been already moved, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so is there any indication that you were given as to where the body was originally found and the position it was found?
Yes,
And that was from the fire department?
from my observations and
Oh, were you then told to
And speaking
observe
with
this
fire
particular, this spot over here was where we found it?
yes,
Okay, and you took a picture of that location?
yes,
And that would be in this series of photographs then that were taken by you?
yes.
I can bring this up. If I may approach them
What are you,
with my computer, I want to show them something. This is part of a sequence of pictures that you can talk.
have you shown Mr. DeGrazia? Thank you.
There's a sequence of photos that were taken at the scene. Are these taken by you?
Can I scroll through?
Sure.
I don't recognize this one. I do recall this photo.
Appears to be a hat.
Yes,
Is that your hand in there?
I believe so, yes.
So these are the appear to be pictures that you took at the scene.
I believe these may be medical examiner photos,
Oh,
these particular ones,
okay, that could be, because they're also part of
especially with me holding on to that hat there.
it. Okay. So do you know?
Mr. Greenwood, you have to keep your voice up if you're going to talk from right there.
Okay. Now I am right. Okay, so these were basically medical examiner photos.
I believe
And
so.
you have, there's another set.
There is, yes.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Any redirect?
No, Judge. Oh, I just have one question. In terms of the distance from where the decedent was lying in the playground to where the cartridge casings were found. Can you describe at all how far away those two places of interest are?
I would approximate the distance at 20, 25 yards.
I don't have any other questions.
Thank you. Officer Trant, thank you for your testimony. You may step down, sir.
Thank you.
Do you have another witness?
Last witness, Judge, Detective Bettender.
Do you need a break?
I'm fine.
Mr. Greenwood?
Excuse me, Ron, I just asked him, I thought I had a set of photographs that I'd like to ask, but he's the one to, so that's all. These photographs.
Mr. Greenwood, you have to speak into that microphone.
I'll move.
Thank you.
Okay. And are these the set of photographs that you may have taken?
Can we enlarge them?
Large them? Okay, which,
Can we scroll through?
it's not set up that way.
At first glance, these photos do look more familiar. Yes, these are my photos.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. DeGrazia, as relates to Officer Trant?
No, Judge.
Officer Trant, you may step down. We are going to take a brief recess, brief, less than 5 minutes. Oh, is it? I don't have any. I don't know. Because I tried it before. I thought it was I thought it operated off of the system we had in place. I didn't think it was a freestanding.
Unless it's integrated, and it shows it. face or something like this, and then there's 3 different channels.
We talked about this when we had to use it for, we had a witness that was trying to.
Did it work? Did it actually operate?
I don't ever remember. We never could get it working because we didn't know what it was. And by the time he was off the stand, then I came here and put the batteries in that stuff, but it wasn't. Because I thought Fred went around and checked them because they were already in all 3 courtrooms and nobody knew. Oh,
Exactly.
This is a beautiful place. However, the acoustics are lousy. And on top of it all, they place that exactly in the line of sight of witnesses. I mean, like, they could have moved it up a foot or back a foot.
it twists, but it doesn't move. It spins, but it doesn't go back and forth side to side.
Oh, well, that's, these are so much larger than yours.
We're back on the record in 230597 FY. Would you state your first and last name and spell them both for the record?
William Bettendorf, William, Bettendorf, Bettendorf.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Please come have a seat in the black chair that's closest to me. Marianne is recording your testimony. She is unable to hear you. I'll ask you to either raise your voice or scoot yourself closer to the microphone, okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Your witness, sir.
Good afternoon. Can you please state your name and occupation?
My name is William Bettendorf. I'm a detective with Van Buren Township Police Department.
And how long have you been a police officer for Van Buren County?
Over 10 years.
All right. And were you working in your capacity within the Detective Bureau at the Van Buren Police Department on or about August 6th of 2023?
Yes, sir.
And at some point on August 6th of, I'm sorry. Yes, August 6th of 2023. Did you have an occasion to go to the area of around 40 Birch Drive?
Yes.
All right, and why did you go out to that area?
I was assisting Detective Long with a shooting.
All right, and were you present while any suspects were in the area, or had any people been placed under arrest by the time you arrived?
There was no arrest when I arrived.
Okay. So just describe what happened when you arrived in that area.
Are we talking about the original shooting scene or the second one?
I'm talking about the incident on August 6th. There was another incident on August 4th, correct? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. So 2 days after the, did you have any involvement in the investigation of the incident that occurred on August 4th?
I have to see the report. I know there's 3 separate incidents we're talking about. So.
Okay. So the last incident, the one on the 6th.
Yes.
What happened when you arrived there?
I arrived on scene and was briefed to as what had transpired, and I assisted Detective Long in whatever capacity he asked.
Okay, and so as part of that investigation, was anyone ever placed under arrest?
Eventually, yes, we did place someone under arrest.
Okay. Were you present when that person was arrested?
I was not on scene when he was taken into custody. I was covering a corner of a house. Yes.
Could you speak up a little bit?
I was there, but I didn't physically take him into arrest. Yes, I was on scene.
So, did you ever have an occasion to go into the trailer located at 35 Birch Drive?
Yes.
All right. And why did you get a search warrant to enter that trailer beforehand?
Yes, we had obtained a search warrant.
All right. Now, why did you want to enter that specific trailer?
That was the residence where the suspect came up from. He barricaded himself in there.
Okay, you're speaking.
I'm sorry, Detective Bettendorf, I need you to keep your voice up for me,
Yes, ma'am.
please.
That is the address where the suspect came out of.
Okay. Now, the suspect came out of on August 6th of 2023,
That's Sunday, yes, I believe.
and that's the address he came out of before he was arrested, correct?
Yes,
All right, so afterwards, you obtained a search warrant to go into that residence?
yes.
And when you went inside the trailer there, did you go to any specific rooms looking for potential evidence?
Yes, I searched the front half of the trailer, basically the front bedroom.
The front bedroom of the trailer?
Yes.
Now, inside that bedroom of the trailer, did you notice any clothing in that front bedroom?
Yeah, there were several boxes and bags all over the room in the bed of clothing and various items.
Did the clothing appear to be male clothing, female clothing?
It was all different sorts.
Okay. Now, within that front bedroom, did you locate any firearms in that bedroom?
Yes, there was a box on top of another box, and I found a firearm wrapped up in some clothing inside that box.
Okay, and what type of firearm was it?
It was a Glock 19 handgun.
All right. Now, this Glock 19 handgun, is there anything specific or different about the handgun that was recovered by you that is different from other Glock 19 handguns?
It had a laser light mount on it.
Okay. And aside from that, did you find any other firearms related evidence in that bedroom?
We found an extended magazine and a couple boxes of ammo.
Okay. Now, this extended magazine, how many rounds did this magazine hold? Do you know?
Oh, something I don't remember. I'd have to look at the report.
Okay. Now, this magazine, where was it located relative to where the location of the gun was?
In the same box.
Same box?
Yeah, it wasn't in the firearm. It was next to it.
All right. And was the magazine inserted in the handgun or out of the handgun?
The extended was out. There was a regular magazine inserted into the handgun.
All right. That handgun, is there a certain evidence item number that's associated with that handgun in your reporting system?
Yeah, there's a tag number for it.
Do you recall what the tag number is?
No, I don't want to guess.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What is the item number that's associated with this handgun that was recovered?
It is a .007.
Okay. Now, after this evidence was recovered, did you ever have an occasion to interview this person that you've referred to as the suspect?
I did, yes.
All right. And did you see that person in court today?
Yeah, Mr. Tiggs is seated to the left of defense counsel.
What's he wearing?
The jailhouse clothes.
Okay. For the record, the witnesses identified the defendant.
Yes, sir.
Where did you speak with him at?
In the Van Buren Township interview room?
All right. And so he was already in custody at the time you spoke with him?
Yes.
And did you go over the defendant's constitutional rights with him before you started asking questions about any of these incidents
Yes.
that you've referred to?
Yes, I did.
And did you use a standard form to go over these constitutional rights?
I did, yes.
No objection for purpose of examination.
Thank you, sir.
Well, then, Your Honor, I'll move to admit people's proposed exhibits 2 and 4. I'm sorry, 3.
2 and 3.
Did the court admit those items? Sorry.
I did.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
All right, so I'm showing you people's exhibit 2. Is that the standardized constitutional rights form that you went over with the defendant?
Yes,
And this is for an interview that's occurring on August 6th of 2023.
yes,
About what time was this occurring at?
5:26 p.m.
And how did you go over these rights with him, if you can recall?
I slid a copy in front of him, and then I read them to him as we went down the list.
Okay. And did he appear to know and understand his rights before he started speaking with you?
Yes,
And did he agree to speak with you after going over these constitutional rights?
yes.
All right. So did you start by asking him any questions about the incident on August 6th of 2023?
Well, we just started the conversation with general conversation about himself, and we went into specific questions we went on.
All right. So did the defendant ever say anything whether or not he was involved with a shooting that occurred on August 6th of 2021?
Yes.
What did he tell you?
He indicated that he had got involved in the shooting. He had shot the victim because the victim had turned his dog loose on
Okay,
him.
I'm having, excuse me, I'm having difficulty sharing.
If you could speak a little more loudly.
He had indicated during the interview that he had gotten into an altercation with one of the victims, in which time he indicated he had fired at him several times because he claims that the victim turned his dog loose on him at that time.
Okay. Now, and when we say victim, we're referring to the victim on August 6th of 2023, correct?
Yes, Mr. Is it Daughtry?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did he ever say that he thought that Mr. Daughtry had been doing something to him?
He had indicated during the interview that he believed that Mr. Daughtry, as well as other people, had been following him around and putting things in his food, things like that.
Did you ever ask him whether or not any of the firearms that were recovered from 35 Birch Drive belonged to him?
He indicated the firearm that we recovered was his, yes.
Okay. Did he ever tell you why he had the gun?
During the interview, he said that he had gotten that firearm from a deceased friend. When his friend passed, he had got the firearm from him.
Did you ever ask him what he had been doing 2 days earlier on August 4th, 2023 at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
He advised that he was just hanging out, walking around the park.
Okay. Did he ever say that he was in any specific area at that time?
He said he was up at the playground area.
Okay. Now, again, on this interview you conducted on August 6th, did you ever ask him whether or not he was involved at all with the homicide that had occurred on August 4th of 2023?
I did, yes.
What was his response to that?
He indicated that he was not.
Okay. Did you ever ask him whether or not any of the guns that he said that he was in possession of were used in that house?
I did ask him that. He didn't have much of a response to that.
Describe what you mean by that.
I asked him the likelihood of the firearm we recovered on the 6th would be the same firearm that he used on the 4th.
And how did he respond?
He just kind of shrugged his shoulders at me.
Okay. Now, 2 days later, on August 8th of 2023, did you speak with the defendant again?
Yes, we conducted a second interview.
Okay, and so in those 2 days, where had the defendant been held?
In the Van Buren Township Jail.
Okay, so between the first interview on the 6th and now the second interview on the 8th, were there any other interviews you conducted with the defendant?
No.
Okay. And when you spoke with him again on the 8th, did you go over his constitutional rights with him again?
I did, yes.
All right, now I'm showing you People's Exhibit 3. Is this the same form that you went over with the defendant on the 8th?
Yes.
All right, and what time did this interview occur on the 8th?
It was 19-18 hours.
Okay, so that is 7:18.
7-18, yes.
Okay, and after going over his constitutional rights with the defendant again, did the defendant again appear to understand and waive his Miranda rights?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what was the purpose in speaking with Mr. Tiggs a second time?
Clarifying questions, some information we'd obtained between the two interviews.
Okay. Now, did you ever ask him any more questions about the handgun that was recovered from the bedroom that Mr. Tiggs said was his?
I did, yes.
Okay, so did you ever have him describe to him the handgun?
I did, yes.
Okay, and how did he describe it, or how did you describe it to him?
Basically, it was a typical black handgun, but I asked him to explain what the implement was on the bottom, because I
Okay.
wasn't exactly sure. It's an operable laser, basically is what he said, but it didn't work. So he explained that that was on there. They just never taken it off.
And did you ever ask him how long, now we're talking about the second interview, how long he had that handgun for?
Several months, I believe he said.
And did you ever ask him whether or not he had brought that handgun to Van Buren Township from somewhere else?
Yes, he had indicated when he had come to stay with his grandmother, he had brought the firearm with him and had it with him ever since.
Did you ever ask him whether he had the gun in his possession on August 4th of 2023?
He indicated during the interview that he had left it at his grandmother's house.
Okay. Now, talking more specifically about the events of August 4th of 2023, did you ever ask him any questions about whether he interacted with anyone at the park on August 4th?
Yes, he had indicated he was up there alone, but he advised at one point he had spoken to a younger female who was up at the park with two of her friends.
Okay. Aside from this interaction with, well, did he ever describe in detail this interaction he had with the younger female?
He indicated while he was sitting on the park bench under the pavilion that she had come up to him and asked him how old he was.
Aside from these kids that were at the park, did he ever say whether he saw anyone else in the park?
He said there was 3 different workers. The main victim was the volleyball court, and then there was a female and a heavier set male who was over by the basketball court who had left.
And that's what the defendant told you that he saw?
Yes.
Now, during the second questioning about the events of August 4th, 2023, did you ever ask him what he was doing around the time of the homicide?
He said he had left the park and went back to his grandmother's.
Okay. So he denied being involved in the homicide?
Yes.
I don't have any other questions at this time.
Thank you. Mr. Greenwood?
Detective Harrison.
Bettendorf.
Pardon?
Bettendorf.
Patton. Oh my God. When you interviewed him, and he said to you that people were following him around, did you inquire what he meant by that?
I just briefly asked him what he meant. He just said that lots of people were following him, putting stuff in his food, and that Mr. Daughtry was one of those people.
I see. And you made no further inquiry on that?
I did not.
Before your interview, did you have occasion to talk to any other officers about what they had learned about Mr. Tibbs?
No, sir.
So you weren't aware of whether or not he had any history of mental health issues, is that correct?
I did not, sir, no.
I take it you didn't inquire about any mental health issues he may have had.
No.
And this particular interview was video recorded?
Yes, sir.
In fact, you had 2 interviews with him, both of them were recorded?
Yes, sir.
Now, there apparently was a situation where Mr. Tibbs was held up, or barricaded, or whatever you may call it, in his grandmother's home on 35 Birch.
Yes, sir.
Were you a part of that particular operation being there?
Yes, sir. I was outside.
And what role did you play?
I was a cover point for the house. It was across the street.
And was there someone having conversations with him?
I believe that there were negotiators on the phone with him and his mother.
You know who the negotiators were?
I do not know that, no.
You know whether or not a audio recording of those conversations was?
I can't speak to that. I don't know.
So before you interviewed him, what did you know about the case? That is, do you have police reports that you reviewed?
Just the information I had from the 4th and then the information I'd gotten on the 6th.
Okay, that's information, but did you get that from other police reports? Is that how you got your information, or? Did you
Yes,
talk to
from the
officers?
supplemental reports that the officers were writing, yes.
And other than conducting, okay, you were at the standoff on
Yes.
that was on the 6th, was it?
Yes.
And you were present when he was arrested,
Yes.
and you went into the house afterwards and found various items?
Yes, sir.
And how much time elapsed in the time that he exited the house and you went inside the house and found these things?
30 minutes, maybe
30
less.
minutes?
Yeah.
And do you know if a search warrant for the house was obtained?
Yeah, we had a search warrant prior to that.
Pardon?
We had a search warrant prior to that. The SWAT team was on scene.
Prior to him surrendering?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you have occasion to obtain any surveillance videos?
I did, yes.
And what did you do with those?
They were put on the server and uploaded to evidence.com.
Okay. You also interviewed Ava Clayton, a young girl.
Yes.
And there was no written statement by the defendant, just the videotape one. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what, we interviewed the defendant, you were at the scene of the standoff, and you talked to, you obtained surveillance video, and you talked to Ms. Clayton. Is there anything else that you did for this particular case?
I was on the homicide scene as well.
You were what?
I was on the homicide scene.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. Any redirects, sir?
No, Judge.
You said no, Judge?
No, Judge.
No, Judge. Thank you. Thank you, Detective.
Judge, at this point, I would also move to admit People's Proposed Exhibit 4, which is a laboratory report from the Michigan State Police authored by Ellen Strawsine. That's STRAWSINE. It's a firearms and tool marking analysis of some of the different items that have been referred to in court. So I'm moving to admit that as People's Proposed Exhibit 4.
No objection for purpose of examination, Your Honor.
Thank you. It's received for purposes of examination.
May I publish the exhibits to the court?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
With that, Judge, the people don't have any other words.
Any witnesses, Mr. Greenwood?
No, Your Honor.
Argument, Mr. DeGrazio.
So Judge, regarding the homicide investigation, this is a circumstantial case that we're trying to present. And I think what is of particular importance is the laboratory report, which is just admitted. And what that report indicates, and it can be a bit confusing with these different numbers that you're going to see, is that the cartridge casings that were found in the pavilion around on the day of the homicide were compared to the firearm that was recovered from the defendant's house, or where the defendant was living, that the defendant has now admitted was his firearm, that those casings were compared to the gun and they were confirmed to be a match. Also, the cartridge casings that were found on the incident on August 6th were compared to that firearm, and it was also determined to be a match to that firearm. So the case and argument we're making is that the defendant had been seen with that gun with a specific extended magazine prior to the homicide. On the day of the homicide, the defendant is observed, and the defendant admitted that he was in the pavilion, where he was observed by Ava Clayton alone in the pavilion. The maintenance worker and the decedent were also in that same area. The defendant, or I'm sorry, Ms. Clayton and the other children left the playground. Shortly afterwards, she saw the defendant leaving that area. The defendant walked by her trailer. And then after the homicide, 2 days afterwards, the defendant is still in possession of the same firearm which was used in the homicide when he gets involved in this non-fatal shooting involving Mr. Daughtry. So the argument that the people are making is essentially the defendant is in possession before, he's in possession of the weapon after. That weapon was used to murder the decedent, and the defendant himself admits that he's in the area around the decedent around the time of her death. I think by probable cause standard, we have met our burden regarding the homicide charges, and it should be up to a jury to decide whether or not there's some other explanation for how this firearm that was used in the murder of the decedent could have somehow left the defendant's possession and then gotten back in his possession. But I believe that should be a question of fact for a trier of fact.
Mr. Greenwood.
Right. It's all questions back on all of these things. It's so complicated because in terms of the way the testimonies come out, we're talking about, again, 3 different individuals who list victims. We have 3 different dates. We have slightly different locations. And so, Your Honor, I'll deal with that.
Anything else, Mr. DeGrazio?
Nothing other than I agree, it's a question of fact.
Thank you. The court has had the opportunity to listen to the testimony today of Mr. Robbins, Ms. Clayton, Mr. Doherty, Officer Trot, and Detective Bettendorf. And inasmuch as the prosecutor and defense attorney both indicate that there are questions of fact for the trier of fact, that this court will bind Mr. Tiggs over as charged for all counts listed in the complaint in this matter. The next step in these proceedings will be an arraignment on the information, which will be on October 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. The bond had previously been denied. The court will maintain that. Anything else on behalf of the people?
Not on behalf of the people, Judge.
Anything else on behalf of the defendant?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. That concludes this matter. This was the only matter scheduled for this court today. We will stand adjourned.